some of us, we think we found the way because we think we know what the way looks like. I love it as a teacher. I love the people that come to learn and go tell you how to teach them. No, I don't need to know that. No, I don't need, no, that ain't for me. That's for everybody else. Because we are so stuck on the way. So what I want to share with you this morning is what I've learned is that there are 3 things we have to have on the way in order to eliminate judgment. And the first thing is willingness. Willingness. Willingness as opposed to willfulness, having your way all the time. Knowing that the way you see it may not have anything to do with the way it needs to be. Knowing that the way you are may not be the highest way that you can be. We have to be willing. And willingness has a very special face. Willingness is not just do it because you need to do it. Willingness is the way you're going to be. How are you going to be in your willingness? Are you going to be available? Are you going to be accessible? See, some people are willing, but they ain't accessible. Because unless it looks a certain way, they don't want to have nothing to do with it. And if the way has a bump in it, they're going to get off that way real quick and find another way. Willingness. The highs and the lows. Willing to look stupid. That is really a problem for most human beings. Willing to look like a total, absolute fool in public. Willing. Because there comes a moment when life and the spirit of life have to humble you to the point where they know you'll be able to serve. Because you cannot serve without humility. And humility means you need to be vulnerable. And if you're going to be vulnerable, it means that you have to be willing to be seen at your weakest point publicly. Now, you don't have to build a condo down there in the weakness. And you need not announce every little crook and cranny of your weakness and, oh yeah, I'm just weak. I got issues. We know that, baby. Now stand up. We are more willing to stay in our brokenness than we are to risk moving into our greatness. And we will highlight that book. Oh yeah, this wrong, that wrong. Just be willing to look stupid if necessary so that your wisdom will unfold. Are you willing? Are you willing to be wrong? That's a big one, particularly for women. I think that when God was making us, he put something in our wrongness gene. Because we will claw your eyes out. Rather than admit we wrong. Wrong could be doing a lap dance for us at the kitchen table and we will swear we ain't never seen it. What's that? Ain't got to do a thing. I know what that is. That ain't my wrong. That's your wrong. Be willing to be wrong. Because to the degree that you're willing to be wrong, your life will work. To the degree that you're willing to be wrong, your life will work. See, some of us stay too long in relationships because we don't want to admit that we picked the wrong one for the wrong reason. And what I know is that the right thing at the wrong time is the wrong thing. I know that. Yeah? We don't want to be wrong. But in order to get to the way of God's service in your life, the way of God's presence in your life, you've got to be willing to be wrong and acknowledge it openly. Not wrong about who you are, maybe wrong about your behavior, maybe wrong about your conclusions, maybe wrong about your judgments. Remember, you got a log in your eye, and logs obscure vision. So it is quite possible that you can't see all of what you're looking at because there's a log in your eye. Be willing to be wrong. The way. What is the way? How do you get willing to be wrong? Give up your opinions. Everybody's asking me, well, Iyanla, what you think about the election? Well, I hadn't been thinking about it, but now that you ask, let me see if I can come up with what I'm feeling in the moment. What is your opinion? What is your advice? Give all of them up. Give up your position. Because once you take a position, the deceptive intelligence of life owes you the responsibility to try to knock you off of it. And that creates anxiety, stress, and struggle. Give up your position. Oh, you want this? Have it. Because I know who I am, and I know God is the way. And that whatever I need, God is going to give it to me, moment by moment by moment by moment, the way. The way is to be open. To be open. And that means surrendering what you think it needs to look like, Iyanla. You got to surrender that. Moment by moment by moment by moment. Surrender. Because some people will say, I'm here, God, I'm open. Come on, help me now. You here yet, God? I'm open, I'm open. But are you available? Open, available, accessible, and teachable. Open, meaning no position, no opinion. Available, meaning that you are absolutely excited about making time for God. And teachable, willing to give up every single thing that you think you know, because 90% of what we think we know is a function of our past experience. It has absolutely nothing to do with the unlimited possibilities of God, available right here in this moment with a love in our lives that comes from a past broken down truth. We can't even move forward. Are you teachable? Are you teachable? Or do you think you know the way it's supposed to be? I'm just talking to myself. I tell you, I was horrified at my own self. Right out here in public. Can't follow the Holy Spirit direction. Lost. But I'm accessible.